One of the most used power tools in our yard and garden is my leaf blower. Unfortunately, I reckon that people often don't get the results they want from these super useful tools because they just aren't used correctly. So I want to share a few of my tips with you to help you make the most of your leaf blower. Let's start right at the beginning. Why would you use a leaf blower at all? A leaf blower lets you clean areas faster and more efficiently than you could with a broom and rake. It also makes it much easier to keep large areas tidy. You can blow your deck, paths and driveway in the same amount of time that it would take you to sweep just one pathway, old school style. And because it's lifting and moving material without physical contact, you avoid leaving marks on surfaces. So for example, to use a broom to clean grass clippings off your driveway, you could end up with grass stained streaks all over the concrete. Not permanent by any means, but certainly not a good look. Before you start blowing, there are a couple of things you need to do. Close any nearby doors and windows to keep dust out. Pick up larger material like sticks and twigs. And then get your gear on. Decent shoes, earmuffs or plugs, and safety glasses or goggles are an absolute must. As blowers suck their air in either through the side or the bottom, it's wise not to wear loose or baggy clothing that may block the intake. Decide on where to start by working out where you want to finish. Along a driveway after mowing is generally pretty simple because chances are all you want to do is blow the clippings back onto the lawn. But somewhere like a courtyard or paved area, you want to work towards a corner to help gather all the material you're shifting. As you collect material, don't try to keep moving big piles of stuff. Stop for a minute and use the rake to pick it up. And work in a side-to-side pattern across the area that you need to blow. Think of it like a funnel shape coming towards the point that you need to finish at. You don't need to run on full bore all the time. Feather the throttle to suit the situation and back right off as you come towards walls. Otherwise you'll likely end up with all the material right back in your face. And likewise, if it's windy, work either across the wind or work with it. Otherwise there's a pretty fair chance you'll end up with more of a mess than you started with. Once you've blown everything to one spot, you can rake it all up and pop it in a bin. Or, if your machine has a vacuum option, make the switch over and just suck it all up. And any of that material that you collect is really useful stuff, whether you suck it up through the vacuum or rake it up and throw it into a bin. You can put it directly on the garden as mulch, or you can add it to your compost heap. Blowers aren't complicated machines, so that means maintenance and care is pretty straightforward. With a battery blower, it's not much more than just keeping the batteries charged and keeping it clean and tidy. Likewise with a petrol machine, keep it nice and clean. There are a couple of other little maintenance tasks you can do too. Every 6 months or so, remove the spark plug and check its condition. It needs to be nice and clean around the terminal with no build-up. Replace it if it's looking tired. At the same time, remove the air filter and check it's clean too. If you use your blower in a dusty environment, then it's worth checking the air filter every month or so. If it's only dusty, you can just gently knock the dust off, but if it's looking really clogged or it's starting to fall apart, just replace it. Of course, it goes without saying that you should only ever use freshly mixed fuel of the right blend in your blower. It's also worth letting your local mower store give your petrol blower a service and tune-up every year or so. And that's about it. All too easy, really. Simple tips for more efficient and enjoyable blower use.